It's Denise here. So I just wanted to say good morning. I wanted to talk to you about a few things that happened to me in the last couple of weeks. The week before last, I ended up having to go to urgent care. I was having a hard time breathing. I was in pain. I was told that I was having a lupus flare. They did a chest x-ray to see what was going on. So the doctor comes back and he tells me, you're having a lupus flare. And the lupus flare has triggered pneumonia. And I was like, what? I never had pneumonia before. I never had a lupus flare before. I came home and I had to be off work, of course, for the rest of the week. I was in isolation. The following week, I returned to work, and on Thursday, I took a tumble while at work. I ended up going to urgent care again, and they did another chest x-ray on me. But they found out that I did not crack any ribs. I didn't fracture anything. Thank God for that. But then when I got home, I realized every time I move, my bruised part, which is in my core, began to hurt. I couldn't sleep well because every time I went to turn over, it would hurt. It would wake me up, and that's how much pain I was in. So I decided that when I sat on the couch, I would have to prop myself up with pillows to keep myself still. So I needed to provide insulation to keep my core still so that I could minimize the pain as best as I could. So what happened in these 2 weeks? Well, that first week when I had pneumonia, I was completely isolated. While I was in my isolation, Holy Spirit said, now you can start moving with the vision I gave you. Yeah, because you've been procrastinating for 6 months. You got all these ideas that I'm giving you, but you're not moving on them. Now you can move on them. So I moved on them. He gave me idea on top of idea. He gave me a mission statement. He gave me all of that, and I wrote that stuff down. I was really busy getting prepared to do what I was told to do. When I was home healing from the fall, and I had to do whatever I needed to do to insulate my injured part from further injury, I had to prop the pillows around so that I wouldn't move my core that much, because that's where I was injured. Sometimes God isolates you so that you can be separated from the world, separated from all your distractions, and focus on what it is that He has to do. And sometimes He will insulate you. He will give you that barrier of protection so that you won't receive further injury. This is what I learned. In order for me to do what God gave me to do, I had to be isolated so that I can focus on His work. Sometimes we have so much stuff going on. We have our jobs, we have our families, we have our businesses, we have all these things, our extracurricular activities, hiking, boating, sewing, that sometimes we just don't make room for God in our busy schedule. And sometimes He'll take all that stuff away from you. He'll just move it out the way so that you can focus on what He told you to do. Another thing I learned, sometimes He'll leave all that stuff in place. He will give you a barrier of protection so that even when you have all this stuff going on around you, you are protected from further injury. Now, after the fall, I decided I need to go to work. I was at my office. I was by myself, and I was getting ready to go outside. And just as I got to the door, I heard this voice. You know what happened the last time you were outside by yourself? You fell. I was afraid to fall again. So this is what I learned in that situation. Don't allow your fear to keep you from pushing forward, because there are things that you are supposed to be doing. And as long as you are gripped by fear, you're not going to do it. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. I hope this helps. You all have a good day. Oh, yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon.